Hi everyone, I just wanted to introduce myself a little bit. My name's Sophie and I am, for my sins, an artist and crafter, or I like to think I am. I've started this Patreon page because I really want to make this work for me. you know, um, I want to be able to do this, and I think I deserve to be able to afford to live as well. Um, there's no reason why I shouldn't, I guess. So anyway, this is me just explaining a little bit about where I am and where I've come from and what I intend to do. So I wasn't really that into art when I was younger, believe it or not, until I got to about 11, and I had this amazing teacher called Mr. Renakes. So wherever you are, Andy, this is for you. And he really pushed me. He recognised that I was talented at it, and he pushed me to do it. He showed my parents. I remember at this parent-teacher thing, and I was just so happy to get some kind of recognition for it. So then I just carried on, I guess. It's always been a bit of a hobby. No, I didn't really do much with it in school. I found it quite difficult to study art in an academic kind of sense, although looking back now, if I could go back and do it again, then I 100% would, but unfortunately I just can't get the funding for it at the moment. So left home at 19 and kind of stopped it for a while because I was just working so hard, and it's kind of difficult to keep that up, and emotionally I wasn't in a very good place, so kind of lost it. But then kind of got back onto an even track and start to think there should be more to life than working and then going out, and I want to improve my life and everything. So I started to do it again, and I accidentally stumbled on paper cutting because I was doing this Halloween party at work, and I wanted to make all the decorations. So that was kind of the starting point where it all kind of kicked off, and I ended up making loads of paper decorations. I must have made like 100 bats of paper. It just kind of went from there. Made some like window displays and things. And, started doing paper cutting, and then got back into that. And I accidentally stumbled on polymer clay because someone bought me some to try out, or they bought themselves some to try out, and then I stole it. And then I started doing it, and at first I wasn't that great. I wasn't that good at it, and I'm not that great now really, but I'm getting better, and I've got better tools, and I'm starting to learn a bit more about it. So I would say I'm kind of intermediate, maybe, but with potential to do more. So, and then obviously that I then kind of picked up again and started drawing a little bit more, and invested in some decent pencils because you just can't go wrong with good tools. And from there, so at the moment I don't have the most amazing setup in the world at home. I have a home studio. When I say I have a home studio, I move a glass board around in my kitchen to wherever I can find a space. That's going to be phased out soon, and I'm going to have an actual proper kind of setup, a regular place to work. I'll still move around because I like to work in the most natural light possible when I can. I do have a daylight lamp, but it's not quite the same for me. So I like to work in sunlight where I can. So in my kitchen is great because the light is there in there most of the day. So I usually work on my counter. And then obviously there's tea and coffee like right there. So that works because I need a lot. And then I'll have a table behind me where I'll probably work in the evening, and I'd also like to get a bit of just a little, what are they called, a light box, kind of little photography tent thing, so I can actually take little pictures of my stuff, so I can put it on Etsy and have some decent quality photos, because that's the best kind of thing. That's the best kind of advertising you can have, is a good photo. It really comes from there, and most of my photos suck. So I really want to improve that. And then once I have my table behind me in the kitchen set up, then my plan is to start then doing some tutorials, and time lapses and interview type things, and kind of show you around my space and how it's set up, and stuff like that. But for the moment, it's kind of up in the air. So next month is where it's all going to kick off, hopefully. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I don't think there's a whole lot more to say. Obviously, I want to do more and more complicated things, more daring things, and I take on commissions at the moment, which is great. It's always a learning curve, and I do appreciate it. And I also try and do my own projects to kind of develop the skills in areas that I think I need to. And I'd like to one day be able to make kind of these really cool figurines. You know, you get kind of get video game art and things like that. I'm really into it. I just think it's fantastic, and I wish I had the money to study the more technical kind of drawing. That would be really cool. So maybe that also one day, if I can make a viable income from working from home, um, which is going to be several years down the line. I appreciate that, but that it would be something that I would like to do, so that I can stop doing what I'm doing now as a hobby and do it as a full-time job, and then the hobby can be the video gamer, I guess. So that's kind of my focus, I guess. So yeah, um, just keep tuned. There will be more stuff coming along. I will be showing you how to do some basic things, and also doing a few time-lapse videos of me drawing and painting and things like that. And I'll probably get it wrong. I'll post some of the boo-boos, because that's part of the creative process, is to get it wrong. And if anyone has any questions ever, if anyone has any requests, then please let me know. And yeah, just keep supporting me. I really appreciate it. Even, you know, just a like, a share. I see all this, and it makes me really just want to keep going. So thank you very much, and I'll speak to you soon.